I'm Isaiah Cartwright. I'm the lead game designer.
My name is Daniel Dociu. I'm the art director.
My name is Matt Wuerffel, and I'm a game designer.
It's been great. We've had, we really gotten to do a lot of changes to the game over the year and really see how the community is accepting it. And we've been really happy and impressed with the overall success of the game and just the continued momentum that we see with players coming into the game with our new 2-week cadence and just how well people are accepting all the different things about the game. Sure. I think the biggest thing, the last big update and the one that came out just a couple days ago was this kind of big invasion. We kind of introduced a villain named Scarlet, and she's kind of creating portals all over the world, and there's these large invasions that are going on maps where an entire map will get taken over, and the players all have to work together to overcome the challenge.
The game has to be purchased to be played, with a typical price tag attached to it that you'd see in any AAA title. However, once in game there is no subscription fee. So whilst not free to join, the game is free to play, with cash being made through shop microtransactions. What do you feel are the advantages to the company and to the player community for this type of business model?
Alright, one of the biggest advantages is we really feel like it puts a lot of pressure on us to deliver quality content constantly so that the player, they really get to decide what they think is good when they look at the things in the gem store and the new updates, and they can really show their support in different ways. And we really like that kind of pressure on us to continue to create solid, good content for the players. We think that's a really strong advantage. The other advantage is it's easy to check back in with the game. If you played it for a little bit and then set it down, went and played another game, it's really easy to just jump right back into the game because you don't have to start a subscription or go into it. You just double-click the game and get back into it. And so we really like that. We've really been very excited and happy about our business model, and just continuing to provide the best content for the players that we can. We're always trying to improve different methods of getting players to come and enjoy the game, and we kind of feel like there's no better time for some people to come check out the game. It's been out for a year. We really know where the game's going. We have a lot of plans. The 2-week cadence is really bringing a lot of life to the game. So we're going to continue to push strongly on getting new players into the game in different ways. So I think this is kind of just the start of a larger constant initiative to just get people to come enjoy our game because we have millions of people already doing so. I think one of the core values of ArenaNet is always iteration. Whatever we do, we're always trying to improve it and continue to improve it. And I think a lot of players see that, especially when we start releasing content every 2 weeks. Players can see how much we care, how much we try to listen to the things that they care about, and continue to update and improve the game as rapidly as possible. You guys want to add?
Well, I can tell you that it doesn't come easy. It's been an extremely intense development rhythm back at the studio since we shipped. Keeping the game growing doesn't happen by itself. So I can tell you that a great deal of effort and resources are put towards not just maintaining this cadence, but also ensuring that the quality bar doesn't drop. So we have put in place specific processes and methodology and checkpoints that prevent us from lowering the quality bar. So it is constantly on our mind. It's a high priority for us.
Yeah, and just to expand on that a little bit, when we shipped the game, we basically restructured the entire company to be very much about delivering this kind of, eventually getting to the 2-week cadence. And we have all of these cross-discipline teams now working on across all the different areas of the game. And so it really was a tremendous amount of effort and process and taking risks and iterating on our process and our internal structure in order to figure out how we can get to this point where we're comfortable and we're excited about the kinds of things that we're releasing every 2 weeks and still hitting that quality bar. And I think that's something that is pretty unique to Guild Wars 2, the only studio that can kind of maintain that pace at this point. So.
Well, the development methodology and the processes have changed a lot, have evolved a great deal. But what we kept were kind of the core values, kind of the fundamental philosophy, and also a handful of the core people that were part of the development team the first time around are still major contributors. So that allowed us to bring to the current game that culture that we put in place and those core values, and adapting them and evolving them and adding layers of new, more up-to-date development methodology on top of that.
Yeah, another big one, I think, just a more specific detail. We added a lot of different things in Guild Wars 1, and it made it, there was kind of, we didn't think through how much we're going to have to support all these different game types or features or things that we're adding. And I think as we go into Guild Wars 2, every feature, everything that we ever add, we're always thinking about how that's going to affect us 3 years from now, how that's going to affect us, you know, what is that going to do, how much resources is it going to take to maintain that. And so that kind of forward thinking has helped us catch a lot of mistakes and things that we had made in different ways, where we make a new piece of content, it's really fun, but then it goes, you know, there's not enough players to play it because they're spread out and doing other new things. And so, you know, we've really been, one of the things that we like about the living world kind of strategy is it allows new things to come in and then to go away, and kind of we can introduce new things to players without kind of getting into a situation where we have too many things. You know, nothing's off the table. I think right now the focus of the company and what we're aiming at is really to get our living world strategy to, you know, tell more story, to, you know, get bigger moments in the game, change up different things, get more permanence. And so that's really our focus, is how we can improve the overall kind of living world initiative, how we can, you know, get better at it as a company through our processes and as the content that we deliver to players. And so that's really where our focus is right now. But, you know, in the future, we'll see. You know, it's always kind of things, but that's not what we're focused on right now. You know, I mean, as it is with the living story stuff, we don't want to give away, you know, anything, but, you know, I think you can really expect to see us continuing to tell more story, to, you know, tying up all the different things that we've been doing, and, you know, us to continue to try to push the bounds of what we can do in these 2-week cadences, and, you know, really deliver as much as we can to the player.
Creatively, I can assure you that this franchise has a lot of legs and the potential for expanding it into the future pretty much indefinitely. So we have a whole slew of ideas. It's just a matter of deciding when it makes sense to bring them into the game, and putting resources towards materializing these ideas. And in order to make these decisions in an educated fashion, we are involving more and more kind of scientific data analysis. And but creatively, there's an endless pool of content that's just waiting for the right timing.
Yeah, I would also say that we've been experimenting with what we can do with this 2-week cadence, and I think we've gotten to the point where we're very comfortable overhauling entire systems or adding brand new features, adding new maps and stories, and that's really just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of ideas flying around about things that we can do and how it plugs into this 2-week delivery schedule. So there's just so many things. We've got more than 17 teams that are working on all things across the entire game, and so it's really exciting to see this big lineup of all these features that we have, and then to know that we're committed to iterating on it until we feel like, oh, this is something that we're comfortable going in, and we know that we're excited about it and that players are going to be excited about it. So there's all kinds of stuff coming up. It's pretty exciting.
One random bonus last question. That was the final question. This is the bonus last question. Not that you need to commit to anything that's in the future or anything like that, but personally, what is kind of your wish list item that isn't in the game that you would personally like to see?
You want to start this one?
For me, I think we've built a lot of strong systems and areas to play the game, and one of the things that I worked on personally in Guild Wars 1 was lots of skills and things like that. And so, I really look forward to how we evolve that and how we, bring new skills to the world. Those are things that are always exciting to me. So.
I can't really identify or isolate one wish item. I can tell you this much, that I would definitely like at some point in the future to try revisiting some of the content we've developed in the past that I felt we maybe fell just a little short of delivering on, and giving it a second shot and doing some of these ideas more justice.
I think one of the things that's really exciting for me, and I don't know that this is one particular thing, but it's a type of content that we've started experimenting a little bit with it, and that's interacting more with the people who play the game and kind of giving them an opportunity to express what they're excited about. And we did this a little bit with the election, where depending on which candidate won, we would be building a different type of content in the future. And that's just the start of kind of where we can go with that as we interact with our players and our fan base, and we say, what kinds of things are you interested in? And then that gives us an idea of, okay, here's the starting point. We know that everyone's kind of excited about this. Now let's see where it goes. So that's pretty exciting for me.